everyone, it's Patience, and Mr. Donald Yim, who we all love, challenged me to be a part of his floral challenge video. And my first thought was, of course, to do something fresh, because that's all what we all love. But my second thought was, I'm almost out of flowers. I still have a couple days left in this week, so I think I'll do silk. And the more I thought about that, I actually thought, well, maybe that's a good idea, because if some of us have some downtime, we can get some silks made up for when we get super busy again. So I'm gonna show you what I like to do when I make custom wreaths. And my wreaths, sounds weird, but they always start with a Christmas wreath. And you don't have to get an expensive one because it's mostly gonna be hidden. You just really want the PVC. It can be the real inexpensive, cheap ones. It's all gonna be hidden with flowers when you're done. But it's an inexpensive way to start. It's a good base to start with, and it really grabs the glue really good, so you don't have to worry about if you use the grapevine, sometimes the glue will get loose and the flowers will start falling out. But I found with the PVC or the Christmas wreaths, it really holds the glue really well. And then all those silly little pieces of greens and leaves and stuff that we have on our design table throughout the year that we probably would just throw away, we actually save those here, because that's what we start with all of our wreaths, is the Christmas wreaths, and then we'll start just adding in these little pieces of greenery that we've collected over the years, little scraps and stuff. With this one, I just added in a little bit of the green Midolino from Smithers Oasis to just give it some depth. You always have to be really careful when you're making wreaths that you don't end up with a flat wreath, unless that's what your customer wants because of the door, you know, being shut or whatever. But most wreaths you make, they're going to want some depth in it, just like a regular fresh floral design. You always want to make sure you have nice depth. So usually what I start with is some Midolino. I use grapevine a lot, something that's going to really give me that in and out feel on the wreath. So this just to show you. Okay, so normally with a Christmas wreath you would fluff it all out, but we're actually going to kind of keep it compact here. And like I said, even like a smaller one would work just as well, because we have to cover everything. We're just going to add in a few of those leaves that we had left over. Normally I would use quite a few of these, but just kind of want to give you the idea. And then we'll go ahead and start with our budget flowers here. Nice amount of glue in there. And just like when you're designing with fresh, make sure that you're getting good depth. And I like to group just like I would in fresh. So some are a little bit higher, some are a little bit lower. Gives you kind of a nice look. These are definitely a dahlia that grow in nature, that color. Just kidding, they don't. They're kind of cool in silk. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but silks are getting popular again. They kind of weren't for a while there. And then I noticed, like, the end of last year, tons of requests for custom silk designs again. For quite a few years, it was more about, like, pods and berries and vases and stuff than it was about the actual designed arrangements. But I like that it's going back to the way it was, because when I first opened my shop, 98, that was a huge business for us, was custom wreaths and silks and centerpieces and whatnot. So I'm happy. I'm sure anyone that does any kind of home decor is happy. And I know that the silk companies have to be super happy that silks are trending again. Faux flowers, permanent botanicals, whatever you follow in your area. In my area, a lot of people just say, do you have any fake flowers? Yes, of course, we have artificial flowers. So you can see it's kind of shaping up fun. Another thing that I've really noticed noticed in our area, and I think probably everybody has noticed that, the ribbon has gotten huge. The brides, people wanting the silk door wreaths, they want like lots of ribbon. Looks pretty, gives it nice movement. And there's just so many nice ribbons out there. I like mixing the textures and the sizes and the colors. So one little trick is to always, don't put your ribbon in last. Then it ends up looking so like, I don't know. I always say it ends up looking kind of Kmart, which is really rude, I know, but like, you know how you see those trees and the ribbon's like last and it's perfect and then you just want to go fix it. So don't put your ribbon in last, because then it'll end up looking like wrong. I like to put it in towards the beginning, and I'll just twist it around in here. Nice thing about using the PVC wreath too is that you have all these great mechanics built right in with the wired branches. Just kind of fluff that guy up. And just think about how pretty that's gonna look when the breeze hits it on someone's house. And then just to keep it from looking too Kmarty, we're gonna add some flowers into the ribbon. So obviously, boom, there's my ribbon. We do a lot of classes here too, and sometimes we'll have people, if they're not used to designing, they'll do a wreath like this, and I won't have them glue anything until they're all done placing it where they think they want it, and then I'll come around and like adjust if I need to. A lot of times they do a great job on their own, but adjust if we need to, and then I'll have them glue back in there. So we're gonna finish adding in some of these less expensive flowers, and then we'll come back and finish it up for you. Original thought was maybe these, but I think they almost blend in too much, the succulents. So I think what we're gonna do is, we definitely need a couple focal areas. I think we'll use these orbs instead. They pull the green really well. One other tip I forgot to tell you about too is, if you're gluing in stems and you're worried they're gonna be outside and you're worried the wind or something will get them, if you bend it over like this and then dip it in the glue, you get so much more glue on it, and it also forms kind of a hook so that even if it comes loose, it's not gonna pull out. So I'm gonna go ahead with these instead of the succulents. I also have to say, for all my Texas friends that might be listening, my little helper Maggie also told me she doesn't approve of this ribbon because it reminds her of all the Texas homecoming moms, but I think my customers will like it, so we're gonna just keep them. We're gonna keep the ribbon. So that's in there, and then I think we'll put this really nice, gorgeous, expensive hydrangea right here to finish it off. To fill in some of these bare spots, and I think we'll be done. Okay guys, I hope you liked that little tutorial on how we like to make all of our wreaths here at the Picket Fence. I need to nominate 3 people, and I'm going to nominate Kelsey Thompson because she's amazing, and Renee Polrice because she's also amazing, and of course Ace, my partner. And he's amazing too. So let's see what they come up with. And everybody stay well, and we'll see you soon.